Alright, so this session we did was more of our... happened during Halloween, so it was our kind of Halloween special. I had that... once again, Xantra didn't really show up, so it was just Thea and Gil. I had them wake up in a forest, in a clearing near a campfire, find a bag, a book, and a letter. The letter goes, "Dear adventurers, I do apologize for disturbing your rest. But you have been chosen to help me retrieve ingredients for my many alchemical projects. In order to do this, I have brought you to this pocket dimension in the dream realm, and given you a special specimen container bag, as well as a book to show you what parts are needed. I do apologize if there is any psychological damage that is received from this realm, and of course, I do not ask that you do this free. If you are able to make it to me by the 8-hour time limit of your sleep, I will of course deliver unto you one potion of your choice made by me. Thank you for all your help. Yours truly, Dr. Archer Fox VIII." So yeah, I just had this kind of be as a kind of a mad scientist in the dream realm. Later on, I figured that he'd key into that he was a human that worked with another major magical guy in my world, who would be a Hart from Heart's Enchanted Wares, if you saw the other campaign videos. Hart, who worked with the Elven Kingdom at this time, before heading to Krakoa. So Dr. Archer was an associate of his, and got kind of was kind of sick of the elf who would live longer being able to do more, so Dr. Archer kind of took advantage of the fact that humans sleep and elves don't, and wanted to continue his research when he dreamed, and kind of keying into the fact that dreams are, you can do more in your dreams than in real life, kind of thing. But throughout this kind of dream sequence, Thea defeated some monsters, got some loot. Gil showed up late, so we had him come. I think he showed up late, so we had him come a little later. The two of them fought a dragon, and then they fought zombies that were kind of echoes of their past. So Thea faced the zombie of her dead friend, and Gil fought the zombie of his adoptive dwarf father. And I kind of threw in things like one after another to them to make them die. But an interesting with this was I thought that Gil would be easy, just, they're zombies, it's in a dream, it doesn't matter. He'd attack his the zombie of his dad. But he didn't. He kind of explained it to me later that Gil is very methodical, and because he was supposed to kill his father before in the real world, and didn't, the fact that it would feel like it would be that if Gil did it in his dreams, then it wouldn't matter that he didn't do it in real life, kind of thing. So it's, once again, this is how Gil overthinks this all stuff and is too smart for his own good. It's kind of going, well, I never would have thought of that, and yet you sat there and let your character take it until he passed out and died. It's kind of, alright. But the thing that I also did with this is, because I had them die, I had them wake up a little changed. I had Thea be more of a water elemental. She'd be the same, same sort of form, but made out of water. And I had Gil pretty much be a Yuan-Ti abomination. So it was trying to show them without showing them that it's their kind of true selves. Because I think by that point I was decided that Thea would be like a descendant of the god, or had something connected with the god, and this was me trying to, once again, key into that, and also show that Gil's not quite what he seems. But because it's a dream, and Gil doesn't say nothing, it's kind of, it makes it seem like it's just a bunch of nonsense. And Gil had a fun time with it, I know, because he says, he kind of gives to me, it's kind of, so I can see in the dark now, right? Doesn't do the wink, but it's kind of, yes, we both know you had dark vision, and we both know Yuan-Ti abominations do have dark vision, so sure, you'd know that this is the time where you can say, so he played up, it's kind of, he played it up with the, it's kind of, oh, is this how you guys see normally? That I can see in the dark, and, it was the inside joke where it's kind of, I know what you're doing. She doesn't, but I know what you're doing. And I swear my looks between him were about the same, but as I think back at it and read some of my recordings, it's kind of, no, neither of us really let it on, but it's, looking back on it, it's going, yeah, if anyone, looking back, it's probably a bit more obvious, but, so yeah, after that I had them attack a few more creatures that would come after them, gather supplies, and head their way to the castle in the distance that would be the research place of Dr. Archer Fox VIII. Give the rare ingredients, have him work on potions and stuff like that. And the prizes that they asked for, seeing as he said, I can give you anything. It's on our own little world. Most of them will still affect you, or if they don't, I'll get it to you in the real world. Thea asked for a potion to recover the lost memories that she had of her missing time, and so he made that for her, and she drank it and would wake up later and start to remember. Gil asked for a way to pretty much make the stranger in the corner, which is the broom with the cloak, an automaton kind of thing. He says that he doesn't quite have a potion for that, but he does kind of come up with a roundabout way where he does a potion that he makes a utensil, puts on a utensil that would steal the spell from an actual automaton, and then if you touched it to another one, it would kind of transfer that spell over. So he kind of tests that out in the dream and thinks it doesn't work, but after a while it realizes it does, and says that he'll send that to him in real life. It never came about because the campaign ended, but I did set up from then that it's kind of, Okay, that means that the doctor in real life came up with that, has the special tool in a vial, so that way it doesn't touch anything else and accidentally make that alive, and has a golem out to deliver that to Gil. I've mapped out, like, anytime they'd travel, that the golem would travel at that speed and would hopefully eventually catch up to them. The campaign kind of fizzled out, so it didn't actually end up being that way, but it was kind of a fun thing that never actually happened. A few of the notes that I have on here, which is probably when I thought them up, that is Faye, an assassin of the Nilo Kingdom, retired and became the new bodyguard to Thea. So I think that this is the session or time frame that I came up with that. I also have a note for Enna, which is the best friend of Thea when she was a young girl, disappeared when Thea visited her abandoned home. So in Thea's backstory, she was taken as an infant and raised by the Elven Kingdom royalty, but eventually she asked to kind of see her old home, see stuff like that, find out about her family, and a lot of the memories empty about kind of distance-wise and how far that is, but the fact that she remembers traveling a day and doing that and coming back, and that's when she couldn't find her friend, who was like her only best friend besides her sister, that Say, yeah, that's the name of the sister, Say, that was around. And I later kind of played with the idea that it was the evil sister that kidnapped Enna and did stuff. So she was going to like come back as something or other. I hadn't quite worked that out. But yeah, a lot of the other memories of her past happen, we talked about in the next session. So, yeah.